energy projects and key infrastructure that contribute to economic growth and development. Our strategic investments in high-growth sectors such as logistics and geothermal energy production continue to deliver substantial value for all stakeholders. With SM Foundation, we've launched programs that have impacted lives nationwide, supporting education, healthcare, disaster response, and livelihood. SM continues to set industry records, achieve financial milestones, and earn recognition, driven by strong governance and commitment to excellence. Behind this success are the hardworking men and women who bring quality products and good customer service, as well as the partnerships we've cultivated with vendors, suppliers, and tenants, driving mutual growth and shared success. Today, as we celebrate 20 years, we honor the enduring legacy of our visionary founder, Henry C. Sr., and reflect on our journey from a humble shoe store to an industry leader. As we move forward, we commit to continue leading with purpose for our country and for all Filipinos. In 2005, SM Investments Corporation debuted on the Philippine Stock Exchange, paving the way for decades of growth and success. Since then, SM has grown its core businesses in retail, property development, banking, and portfolio investments, becoming a key driver of the Philippine economy. At SM, we put our customers at the heart of everything we do. Our retail network has grown rapidly with over 4,000 retail stores, groceries, and specialty shops. We've built malls, homes, lifestyle cities, and communities, providing spaces where people connect, grow, and thrive. We serve the banking needs of millions of customers and support small to large-scale enterprises, renewable energy projects, and key infrastructure that contribute to economic growth and development. Our strategic investments in high-growth sectors such as logistics and geothermal energy production continue to deliver substantial value for all.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome once again to SM Investments Corporation Annual Stockholders Meeting. We are honored to have you with us, our esteemed Board of Directors, valued shareholders, business partners, and distinguished guests. Thank you for taking time to join us this important occasion as we review our milestones, reaffirm our commitments, and move forward toward even greater aspirations. Before we begin, may we respectfully request everyone to please turn off your mobile phones or place them on silent mode, not on vibrate mode, to ensure that no unnecessary sounds are heard by our fellow attendees and viewers. We appreciate your cooperation in maintaining the solemnity and smooth flow of today's proceedings. In a few moments, we will officially begin the program. Once again, welcome and thank you for being part of SM Investments Corporation's 2025 Annual Stockholders Meeting.
In 2005, SM Investments Corporation debuted on the Philippine Stock Exchange, paving the way for decades of growth and success. Since then, SM has grown its core businesses in retail, property development, banking, and portfolio investments, becoming a key driver of the Philippine economy. At SM, we put our customers at the heart of everything we do. Our retail network has grown rapidly with over 4,000 retail stores, groceries, and specialty shops. We've built malls, homes, lifestyle cities and communities, providing spaces where people connect, grow, and thrive. We serve the banking needs of millions of customers and support small to large-scale enterprises, renewable energy projects, and key infrastructure that contribute to economic growth and development. Our strategic investments in high-growth sectors such as logistics and geothermal energy production continue to deliver substantial value for all stakeholders. With SM Foundation, we've launched programs that have impacted lives nationwide, supporting education, healthcare, disaster response, and livelihood. SM continues to set industry records, achieve financial milestones, and earn recognition, driven by strong governance and commitment to excellence. Behind this success are the hardworking men and women who bring quality products and good customer service, as well as the partnerships we've cultivated with vendors, suppliers, and tenants, driving mutual growth and shared success. Today, as we celebrate 20 years, we honor the enduring legacy of our visionary founder, Henry C. Sr., and reflect on our journey from a humble shoe store to an industry leader. As we move forward, we commit to continue leading with purpose for our country and for all Filipinos. In 2005, SM Investments Corporation debuted on the Philippine Stock Exchange, paving the way for decades of growth and success. Since then, SM has grown its core businesses in retail, property development, banking, and portfolio investments, becoming a key driver of the Philippine economy. At SM, we put our customers at the heart of everything we do. Our retail network has grown rapidly with over 4,000 retail stores.
Good afternoon once again, ladies and gentlemen. May we kindly remind everyone to please take their seats as we will begin the program shortly. For everyone's courtesy, we would also like to ask for you to please turn off your mobile phones or place them on silent mode, not on vibrate mode, to avoid unnecessary sounds during the proceedings, especially for our viewers joining us remotely. Thank you for your cooperation. We shall begin in just few minutes.
In 2005, SM Investments Corporation debuted on the Philippine Stock Exchange, paving the way for decades of growth and success. Since then, SM has grown its core businesses in retail, property development, banking, and portfolio investments, becoming a key driver of the Philippine economy. At SM, we put our customers at the heart of everything we do. Our retail network has grown rapidly with over 4,000 retail stores, groceries, and specialty shops. We've built malls, homes, lifestyle cities, and communities, providing spaces where people connect, grow, and thrive. We serve the banking needs of millions of customers and support small to large-scale enterprises, renewable energy projects, and key infrastructure that contribute to economic growth and development. Our strategic investments in high-growth sectors such as logistics and geothermal energy production continue to deliver substantial value for all stakeholders. With SM Foundation, we've launched programs that have impacted lives nationwide, supporting education, healthcare, disaster response, and livelihood. SM continues to set industry records, achieve financial milestones, and earn recognition, driven by strong governance and commitment to excellence. Behind this success are the hardworking men and women who bring quality products and good customer service, as well as the partnerships we've cultivated with vendors, suppliers, and tenants, driving mutual growth and shared success. Today, as we celebrate 20 years, we honor the enduring legacy of our visionary founder, Henry C. Sr., and reflect on our journey from a humble shoe store to an industry leader. As we move forward, we commit to continue leading with purpose for our country and for all Filipinos.
And now, to formally guide us through this afternoon's program, we are pleased to introduce our host. He's a seasoned broadcast, journalist, and a familiar face in the Philippine media, known for his credibility, professionalism, and engaging presence. With years of experience moderating high-level forums and corporate events, he brings both clarity and energy in today's gathering. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Rico Hizon.
Good afternoon to everyone joining us here in person and those participating via Zoom. We will begin our annual stockholders meeting with an invocation to be followed by the Philippine National Anthem. May we please request everyone to please rise for the invocation and please remain standing for the Philippine National Anthem.
Let us bow our heads as we put ourselves in the presence of our dear Lord. Heavenly Father, we thank you for everyone gathered here today. We ask for your blessings and guidance so that the activities set for this undertaking will be successful. We ask you to open our eyes to see the wonderful things from this activity. We ask you to open our ears so that we may retain the invaluable knowledge that we will learn. Open our minds for us to think wisely. Give us understanding, cooperation, and peace in fulfilling our responsibilities. Open our heart so that we may receive your everlasting love, and open our spirit so that we may know that you are with us all throughout the day. All these we ask in the most holy and mighty name of Jesus. Amen.
Mga kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas.
May we now request everyone to please take their seats.
What is SM? I'm glad you asked. The best way is to show you. SM has evolved into a lot of things, especially for the modern Filipino. Everybody knows SM is shopping, retail stores, and groceries accessible to all, with an unmatched shopping experience and dedicated customer service.
Happy to serve!
Over the years, SM has become the go-to spot for, well, pretty much everything. Whatever you need, they've got it all for you. It's a way of life. It is where families find comfort and communities are built. A place where everything they need is within reach. At SM, every day is filled with joy and togetherness. Whether it's with people you grew up with or the people you met along the way, everyone here is treated like family. SM is here to grow with you through accessible financial services, inclusive banking, and strategic investments. SM empowers individuals and businesses to grow at every level, supporting dreams and transforming visions into reality. SM is built on partnerships and communities coming together to improve lives and create opportunities. From global brands to homegrown enterprises, SM is where business ideas flourish. Beyond business, SM brings people together to support, empower, and uplift the lives of many to build a sustainable future for all. A future where everyone is seen, heard, and valued. By creating spaces and experiences that make life easier, smarter, and more connected by anticipating the evolving needs of Filipinos, SM continues to improve everyday lives, ensuring that everyone has access to world-class service and opportunities. At its core, SM is people coming together, working together, building together. This is SM.
Good afternoon, everyone, and we would like to welcome all of you to the 2025 Annual Stockholders Meeting of SM Investments Corporation. We would also like to welcome our Board of Directors who are joining us this afternoon. our Chairman of the Board, Mr. Amando M. Tetanco Jr. Our Vice Chairpersons, Ms. Teresita T.C. and Mr. Henry T.C. Jr. Mr. Harley T.C., Executive Director. Ms. Tomasa H. Lipana, Independent Director. Mr. Robert G. Vergara, Independent Director. Mr. Ramon M. Lopez, Independent Director. Ms. Lily K. Gruba, Independent Director. And our President and Chief Executive Officer, Mr. Frederick C. Debuncio. We would also like to acknowledge the presence of our advisors to the board, Ms. Elizabeth T.C., Mr. Hans T.C., Mr. Herbert T.C., Mr. Gregory L. Domingo, Mr. Roberto G. Manabat, and Mr. Joseph Fay. Also with us is our Chairman Emeritus, Mr. Jose T. Shaw. Our Corporate Secretary, Attorney Elmer B. Serrano. Our Assistant Corporate Secretary and Senior Vice President for Legal, Attorney Arthur A. C. And our Executive Vice President for Finance, Mr. Franklin C. Gomez. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I turn over the meeting to our Chairman, Mr. Amando M. Tetanco Jr. Mr. Chair.
Good afternoon to our shareholders and guests. Welcome to the 2025 Annual Stockholders Meeting of SM Investments Corporation. We are pleased to see you all here again, especially those present with us in Conrad, Manila. Welcome, everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, the Annual Stockholders Meeting of SM Investments Corporation is now called to order. Mr. Secretary, please certify to the posting and publication of the notice to this meeting and the existence of a quorum.
Yes, Mr. Chair, and good afternoon to everyone. In compliance with the rules issued by the Securities and Exchange Commission, I certify that notice of this meeting, along with the definitive information statement and the company's guidelines for remote participation via remote attendance, was published on the PSE Edge and posted on the company's website. In addition, the notice was published on March 24 and 25, 2025, both in print and online formats, in the business section and the Philippine Daily Inquirer and the business world. Mr. Chair, based on the record of registration, the stockholders who are participating in this meeting in person, virtually, and by proxy represent 1,077,554,539 common shares, constituting 87.38% of the total outstanding capital stock of the company as of record date, March 31, 2025. I therefore certify that we have a quorum for today's meeting. We would also like to inform the stockholders that representatives of CISIP, Gores Velayo and Company, or SGV, the corporation's external auditor, are present. SGV has been engaged as third-party tabulator of votes cast for today's meeting. Finally, we would like to inform our shareholders and other participants that this meeting is being recorded, and for good order's sake, we will be having our open forum at the end of the meeting.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Secretary. The next item in the agenda is the approval of the minutes of the last annual stockholders meeting. Mr. Secretary, were copies of the minutes provided to all stockholders?
Yes, Mr. Chair. The minutes were posted on the company's website soon after its adjournment last year. A copy of the minutes was also appended to the definitive information statement posted on the PSE Edge and the company's website, www.sminvestments.com, and available to our shareholders for downloading. The minutes reflect the proceedings of the last annual meeting, including resolutions adopted and approved with a corresponding tabulation of votes for each item.
Thank you. The minutes of the last meeting are being presented for approval. The floor is now open for any motion.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chair. My name is Mark C., and I respectfully move for the approval of the minutes of the last annual stockholders meeting, and that all unqualified votes be cast in favor of the approval. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chair, I am Nika Atun. I second the motion.
Thank you. There being no objection, the motion is carried and the minutes are approved. Mr. Secretary, please ensure that the minutes of today's meeting reflect the tabulation of votes for all agenda items requiring stockholder approval.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
The next item in the agenda is the President's report and approval of the 2024 annual report and audited financial statements. May we call on our President and CEO, Mr. Frederick C. Dibuncio, to deliver the President's report.
Good afternoon, our dear shareholders. It is my honor to present the highlights of SM Investments' performance in 2024. We are grateful for your continued support and engagement, and we are excited to share how the SM Group, braced by the Philippines' macroeconomic fundamentals and resilient consumer spending, achieved another record year of growth. Allow me to walk you through the milestones and achievements we reached in the past year. The Philippines' gross domestic product grew by 5.7% in 2024, with consumer spending as a key driver. The economy's resilience was further demonstrated by a low unemployment rate of 3.8%, a steady rise in overseas Filipino worker remittances by 3%, and a lower inflation rate that averaged 3.2% for the year. These indicators reflected a strong and optimistic consumer market, setting the stage for continued growth and confidence in the Philippine economy. Against this backdrop, SM Investments' 2024 performance was anchored on strong contributions from our core businesses. Our consolidated revenues increased by 6%, reaching 654.8 billion pesos, and earnings grew by 7% to 82.6 billion pesos. Despite inflationary pressures, our core businesses flourished, supported by the strong country story and healthy consumer sentiment. Our 2024 fiscal year earnings were driven by our three core businesses, with banking contributing 49%, property 26%, and retail 18%. Meanwhile, our investments in emerging portfolio companies delivered a balance of 7%. Total assets of SM Investments increased 7% to 1.7 trillion pesos, while the group maintained a strong and conservative balance sheet with 31% net debt to 69% equity ratio ensuring financial flexibility and resilience. To support our growth strategy and a highlight of the year, SM Investments launched in the second quarter the Philippines' first joint Euro medium-term note program together with SM Prime, allowing us to issue up to $3 billion between the two companies. In July of last year, we successfully priced a $500 million bond issuance under the program. This marks the largest bond issuance since 2014, giving us greater flexibility in the face of market volatility. The transaction was recognized as the Philippines Capital Market Deal of the Year by International Financing Review Asia, underscoring global investor confidence in SM's financial strength. Our banks account for 49% of group earnings. BDO Unibank delivered earnings growth of 12%, while China Bank achieved 13% earnings growth, both supported by the broad strength of their respective business franchises. Both banks delivered strong double-digit loan growth and improvements in asset quality, reinforcing our leadership in the Philippine banking space. SM Prime, our second largest contributor at 26%, posted growth of 14% in consolidated earnings, driven largely by the strong performance of its small business. I am happy to report that our property arm made substantial progress in its 360-hectare integrated property development project in Pasay City, Manila Bay, with 60% of the land development completed in 2024. This is expected to be fully completed in the near term to enable horizontal development to begin in 2027. Retail made up 18% of the group's earnings. Total revenues and earnings in the retail sector grew by 5%, fueled by increased consumer spending. Among discretionary categories, health and beauty led the way, followed by fashion. Alphamart, our mini-mart chain, marked a significant milestone, reaching 2,092 stores on its 10th year anniversary. In this favorable environment, we pursued strategic expansion for our core businesses across the nation and at the same time continued to invest in high-growth sectors that create additional synergies with our existing business ecosystem. Overall, we continued to meet the diverse needs of our many customers. In banking, we championed customer centricity and financial inclusion across all market segments. In our malls, we continue to expand our footprint, introducing inclusive spaces and new concepts while providing mall-goers with unforgettable mall experiences. Our retail businesses offer a broad spectrum of lifestyle choices, ensuring accessibility and relevance to consumers of all economic classes. In 2024, we expanded our footprint with the opening of 618 new retail stores, 73 bank branches, and 2 malls in North Caloocan and Mandaue City in Cebu. Over 85% of these developments were outside Metro Manila, reflecting a geographic expansion strategy to tap into high-growth provincial markets and provide new growth opportunities as we serve more Filipinos. Our strategic investments in the high-growth sectors for renewable energy, logistics, and tourism to enhance synergies across our business ecosystem exemplify our commitment to purposeful growth. From a position of market leadership, all of our businesses are following a strategy of expansion, investing in footprint to create larger markets, and serving more Filipinos, especially in the provinces. Our portfolio companies contributed 7% of consolidated earnings, with a medium-term goal to increase this into the mid-teens. As mentioned earlier, these companies continue to build synergies within the SM Group and to add growth and returns to the parent company. Through Philippine Geothermal Production Company, we produce 300 megawatts of geothermal steam supply and aim to add capacity for another 300 megawatts to support the Department of Energy's 50% renewable energy goal by 2040. Our one-stop logistics solutions provider, To Go, launched 2 new ships, MV Masigla and MV Masikap, enabling us to connect to more localities, bringing more goods and people across 19 ports nationwide. Our founder, Henry C. Sr., believed that business growth and social progress are intrinsically linked. Guided by this principle, in 2024, we continued our efforts to support over 100,000 MSMEs among tenants and suppliers, foster workplace inclusivity for our over 142,000 employees, and contribute to the nation's social and economic development. Through SM Foundation, we have granted 6,619 college scholarships, built 110 school buildings, trained 32,359 farmers, served 1,314,118 patients through medical missions, and improved 216 health and wellness centers to date. We undertook many initiatives to reduce our environmental impact, outlined in detail in our 2024 Sustainability Report. Our partnership with the Department of Science and Technology to advance sustainable plastic materials and improve plastic waste management strategies is one of several environmental initiatives we undertook in 2024. We jointly hosted a forum where both organizations agreed to collaborate on essential and sustainable plastics initiatives, including joint research and development, training programs, and conferences. Our retail and mall teams have taken steps to reduce plastic usage with campaigns like Waste-Free Future and a standardized waste segregation policy called RDC, meaning recyclable, disposable, and compostable. Retail also continues to champion sustainable retail choices through its Green Finds program, which now includes over 20,000 products. Additionally, SM Prime Holdings partnered with the Japanese company Goon to develop infrastructure for waste management and resource recovery, further contributing to a circular economy. The technology converts non-recyclable and hard-to-recycle packaging into alternative fuel. We are also honored to receive numerous prestigious awards in 2024, including recognition as one of the world's best companies by Time Magazine and inclusion in the Fortune 500 Southeast Asia list. These accolades reflect our continued excellence in governance, sustainability, finance, and corporate communication. In 2024, your board made a significant decision to expand the number of independent directors to 5 out of 9 directors overall. This move makes the board of directors controlled by independents. This is a notable move to align with the highest levels of governance globally. Because of this and other good practices, SM was awarded 5 Golden Arrows by the Institute of Corporate Directors. Of the only 5 companies in the country to achieve this top level of governance, 4 were SM Group companies: SM Prime Holdings, BDO Unibank, China Banking Corporation, as well as SM Investments. Last March 24, 2025, we commemorated our 20th IPO anniversary, which marked 2 decades of transformative growth as a publicly listed company in the Philippine Stock Exchange. Since listing on the PSE on March 22, 2005, with an adjusted price of 123.27 centavos per share, our shares have grown 549% compared to the March 21, 2025 closing price of 800 pesos per share. Over the course of 20 years, SM assets grew by 900%, delivering a compounded annual growth of 12%. Since its IPO in 2005, the company has paid 133 billion in cash dividends to stockholders and distributed 6 billion pesos in stock dividends at par value. SM Investments has generated incredible returns for investors in the last 20 years. We recently announced a share buyback program of 60 billion intended to generate returns for our shareholders and highlight the value opportunity in our current share price. We support our shareholders and believe our stock is significantly undervalued. This is SM Investments' first buyback program and is the largest announced in Philippine corporate history. Looking forward, we intend to continue this journey of growth. Our focus on consumer growth mirrors the over 70% of GDP driven by consumer spending. We are a strong group with leading businesses, a trusted brand and heritage, with a very conservative balance sheet, and we have well-regarded leadership. Our geographic expansion strategy of serving more communities and customers follows the growth of the country, and it is supported by strategic investments in portfolio companies that add synergies to our ecosystem and higher growth potential for the parent company. As we approach 2025, we remain committed to driving purposeful growth, confident that moderation in inflation and a robust economy will unlock new opportunities for the country's consumer-driven economy. In closing, I extend our heartfelt gratitude to all of you, our stakeholders, shareholders, employees, customers, and partners. Your trust and support have been instrumental in our continued success. Together, we will build on what we've accomplished in 2024 and continue to grow with purpose in 2025 and beyond. Thank you for your continued confidence in SM Investments. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. President. I will now entertain a motion for approval of the 2024 annual report and audited financial statements of the company.
Mr. Chair, good afternoon. I am Monica Soria. I move for the approval of the 2024 annual report and the audited financial statements of SMIC, and that all unqualified votes be cast in favor of the approval.
I second the motion, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. There being no objection, the motion is carried, and the 2024 annual report and audited financial statements are approved. Ladies and gentlemen, we had a board meeting earlier today, and I'm pleased to announce that your board has approved the declaration of cash dividends amounting to approximately 15,888,000,000 pesos, or 13 pesos per share, composed of 11 pesos per share in regular dividends and 2 pesos per share in special dividends in favor of all stockholders of record as of May 16, 2025, and payable on May 29, 2025. The next item in the agenda is the approval and ratification of all acts of the Board of Directors, the board committees, and management during their terms of office. The collective efforts of the board, its committees, and management are the key success factors to the company's 2024 performance. A summary of these acts is found in the company's definitive information statement. I will now entertain a motion for approval.
Mr. Chair, I move for the ratification of the acts of the Board of Directors, its committees, and management during the terms of their office, and that all unqualified votes be cast in favor of the approval.
I second the motion, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. There being no objection, the motion is carried. The acts of the Board of Directors, the Board Committees, and Management during their terms of office are therefore ratified and approved. We now go to the election of directors for 2025 to 2026. In accordance with the corporation's bylaws, the Corporate Governance and Sustainability Committee has pre-screened and shortlisted all candidates qualified and nominated to the Board of Directors. May we request the Chairman of the Corporate Governance and Sustainability Committee, Mr. Ramon M. Lopez, to please read the names of the nominees qualified to be elected to the Board.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Pursuant to the corporation's bylaws, the Corporate Governance and Sustainability Committee pre-screened and qualified the following nominees for the election to the Board of Directors for the year 2025-2026. Mr. Armando M. Tetanco Jr. as Independent Director, Ms. Teresita T.C., Mr. Henry T.C. Jr., Mr. Harley T.C., Mr. Frederick C. Dibuncio, Mr. Robert G. Vergara as Independent Director, Mr. Ramon M. Lopez as Independent Director, Ms. Lily K. Gruba as Independent Director, and Ms. Marife B. Zamora as our new Independent Director.
Thank you, Mr. Lopez. Is there a motion?
Mr. Chair, I respectfully move that all unqualified votes be cast equally in favor of the nominees and that those nominated be declared elected to the Board.
I second the motion, Mr. Chair.
The motion having been made and seconded, all unqualified votes are cast equally in favor of the nominees, and those nominated are hereby declared elected directors. Thank you, and congratulations to the newly elected members of the Board of Directors. Let us welcome the elected directors with a warm round of applause. We now proceed to the appointment of the corporation's external auditor. Mr. Secretary, please discuss briefly.
Yes, Mr. Chair. The Audit Committee processed and pre-screened nominations for external auditor and recommends the reappointment of CSIP Gores Velayo and Company, or SGV, as the company's external auditor for 2025 to 2026.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary. I will now entertain a motion.
Mr. Chair, I move for the approval of the reappointment of SGV as the external auditor of the company for 2025 and that all unqualified votes be cast in favor of the approval.
Second the motion, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. There being no objection, the motion is carried. SGV is therefore reappointed as external auditor of the company for 2025. We will now proceed to our open forum. I now turn over the floor to our moderator, Mr. Rico Hison.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. For good order, the floor will be first open to persons attending in person here at the ballroom. If there are no questions or comments from the floor, we will proceed to respond to questions and/or remarks sent prior to the meeting via email and the Q&A panel. As provided in the corporation's ASM notice, stockholders attending remotely were given the opportunity to send their questions or remarks prior to the meeting by sending an email bearing the subject ASM 2025 Open Forum to asm@sminvestments.com not later than April 28th, 2025. Shareholders were also allowed to send their questions or comments through the chat box of this live stream. For your questions or comments to be entertained, it is required that you indicate your full name as it appears in the corporation's records. We will now proceed to open the floor for any questions or comments from our shareholders attending in person.
Good afternoon. I would just like to ask about the main reason behind the buyback program and how many shares have been repurchased since its launch.
Mr. Chair.
Thank you. May I ask our President of SM Investments Corporation, Mr. Frederick Dibuncio, to answer the question.
The main reason why we did a buyback program was we felt that the value of our shares as it was traded in the Philippine Stock Exchange does not really reflect the value of the company as a whole. So we felt that it's really a good investment for us to buy back our own shares. And in doing so, it will also increase the earnings per share of each of the shareholders. So far, since the buyback has been announced, we bought back roughly about 345 million pesos worth of shares, which translates to roughly about 0.04% of our outstanding common stock.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. Next question, please.
Good afternoon. I would just like to ask, what would be the effect of the U.S. tariffs on the company?
Mr. Chair.
That's the question of the day. Maybe question of the year. The Philippine economy continues to post sound macroeconomic fundamentals in terms of continued GDP growth, declining inflation, robust demand that's supported by resilient remittances. If you look at inflation, it's been going down. It is generally manageable, but actually in recent months, it has been going down. The last figure was 1.8%. That's inflation as of March 2025. And the inflation rate for the first 3 months of the year is only about 2.2%, which is almost at the level of the lower bound of the inflation target range of the government for 2025. So the macro is sound. And then if you look at the structure of the economy, consumption accounts for about over 70% of GDP. Okay? While exports of goods accounts for only about 15–16%. And manufacturing accounts for less than 20% of GDP. So this structure gives us a certain amount of protection. We are less vulnerable. We may be less open than other countries. But in this current environment, it is provides us some insulation from potential adverse effects from external developments. Now, of course, having said that, we remain conscious that the environment is changing, and we should be alert to the changes, both in terms of what is happening on the trade side, as well as what is happening on the market side, the markets that we serve. So generally, to be resilient, I think we need to be flexible in shifting conditions and protect long-term growth. I mean, as one Harvard professor said, we need to invest in prediction, in adaptability, as well as in resilience. These are the three things that will help us go through or navigate during this challenging period. Now, in the case of SM, the company the core businesses in particular, retail, bank, and property, are closely tied to the domestic economy and the everyday needs of Filipinos. These sectors continue to show stability and relevance even as market conditions change. As consumption patterns continue to evolve, we are positioning ourselves, this is part of the adaptability that I mentioned, continue to position ourselves to meet new demands while preserving the strengths that have anchored our group over the decades. Our focus is to remain agile, maintain financial discipline, and stay well-positioned for sustainable long-term growth.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair, for the comprehensive response on the impact of the tariffs on the company. If there are no more questions, we would like to thank Mr. Chair and Mr. President. And that concludes our open forum. We thank all the stockholders for their questions and comments. For questions not addressed this afternoon, our investor relations team will endeavor to answer them via email. And now I turn you over back to our chairman.
Mr. Secretary, is there any other item in the agenda?
No other matters, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. There being no other item in the agenda, I will now entertain a motion to adjourn.
Chairman, I move to adjourn the meeting.
Second, Mr. Chair.
The meeting is now adjourned. We thank everyone who participated in this meeting, as well as those who joined us remotely this afternoon. For those in attendance at the Forbes Ballroom, we have arranged some snacks for the occasion, and everybody is invited to enjoy the refreshments. Stay safe, everyone.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. We also invite the media and the analysts to proceed to the Taft Ballroom for the media and analyst briefing. We would like to thank all of you for attending today and have a pleasant afternoon. And now we would like to invite our principal guests and the board of directors to please join us here up front on stage for a photo opportunity.